Hi friends. All right, today we are going to talk about planning and guidance for eating out of brackets A. Okay, and how it breaks down is here are all your containers and you get allotted a certain amount each day. So for bracket A, you get 4 green, which is our veggies. You get 2 purples, which is our fruits. You get 4 reds, which is our protein. You get 2 yellows, which is our carbs. You get 1 blue, which is healthy fats. And then you get 1 orange with seeds and dressings, and then another orange, and then you get teaspoons, which is you get 3 teaspoons of nut butters and oils, okay? So that's where you're gonna have all your peanut butter. So how do I plan for bracket A? The hardest thing with bracket A is figuring out your yellows. So what I like to do is plan from the bottom up. I always have 1 yellow at dinner, so I figure out my dinners for the week, and I always am allotting a yellow for that. And then I figure out where I want to put that other carb. So if I want to put it at lunches, then I plan around that. If I'm going to put it in my lunches, then I know at breakfast, then I'm not going to have any carbs at lunch. So that's where I allot it. So how do I plan around that? So I figure out my dinners, and then typically for breakfast, I like to have oatmeal. I like to have a heavier breakfast, so I'll have that carb at breakfast. So say I decide that I'm gonna have my oatmeal baked for breakfast, then what's lunch gonna be? So lunch is going to be something that is mostly, it's all veggies and protein, right? And then I kind of use my blue container, which is our healthy fats, as like an extra. So if I know I can have cheese with that, and like typically I use it for cheese. So you can pick out your healthy fat, whatever you want it to be. It can be avocado. You're gonna fit that in. It's an extra. I don't plan around it. And that's kind of how I figure out. So what are some lunches that I do that are no carbs? My no carb lunches and my go-tos are egg roll in a bowl, spaghetti squash lasagna, salsa verde chicken or pork with cauliflower rice, and like turkey burgers with salads. I try to keep it simple, and I love to do 1-pot lunches for the week. That way it's a no-brainer. You don't have to think about it. You just put that into your plan. So typically what I do is breakfast, I do my oatmeal bake, and I'm gonna pair that with a protein, which is gonna be Greek yogurt. And then for lunches, I'm gonna do something that's no carbs, and it's gonna be one of those options. And then for dinners, I'm gonna have one of the carbs and then pick one of our healthy meals. And that's kind of how I plan it. And then once I have that in, I plug in the rest of containers everywhere else. So I try to do 2 veggies at breakfast, 2 veggies at dinner and 2 veggies at lunch. That way I have all of my veggies in. If I'm missing a veggie, then I will add frozen spinach to my shake. So I like to take the chopped frozen spinach, put it in the freezer, and then I can add it to my shake if I'm missing a veggie. Speaking of shakes, where are we gonna put our shake? That's a protein. So typically I do my shake as an afternoon snack around 3 o'clock, and if I miss that, I have it for dessert. I'm a nighttime snacker, so having my shake for dessert really helps because it's having that extra protein. So that's kind of how I allot all of my stuff. My fruits, I always have a half a banana in my shake, so that's 1. And then you can plug that in anywhere else in the day. It's a great dessert. It's great to have just in the morning with whatever it is that you're having. So if I'm having my oatmeal bake and my Greek yogurt, I'll do a fruit with that. Or I can have it at lunchtime after I have my no carb lunch. So you just plug it in where it makes the most sense. But the biggest thing with all of this is that you want to have a plan. So you got to sit down at the beginning of the week. You want to sit down with the guides that we gave you for planning out your week and write it all out so that you can be scratching and changing things around and figuring out, because having a plan is going to reduce all the stress about this, right? Once I have a plan, I kind of breathe a sigh of relief and I know what I'm going to be doing. All right, and then you want to track it. You can actually track it in the Beachbody On Demand app. You can track your containers. So I'll do that as well. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how to separate a recipe with your containers. So for example, if you're doing, one of my favorite lunches is egg roll in a bowl. And I love that because it's a really simple, easy recipe to make. It tastes amazing and you get lots of veggies and protein in it. So the recipe will be out and it'll say what the serving size is. So the serving size is 1/4 of a pan, which is a lot. So you get 1/4 pan of the whole recipe that you make. And then it'll show you, it'll say container count. So for that container count, it has 1.5 greens and 1 red. So I know that that's what I'm taking that away from my day, right? So there you go. That is how you figure out a recipe. It'll tell you what the serving size is and what the container count is for that serving. And then you know that you can have, that's your containers you're using for that recipe. Okay, so anytime you have, that's why you want to stay to 21-day fixate recipes, because that's going to give you the breakdown that you need. So don't wander and use other kinds of recipes. Okay. All right, so next up, what are we gonna talk about? Water. So water, you guys, is so incredibly important on this journey. I tell all of my clients to aim for 100 ounces minimum of water a day, but really it should be half your body weight in water, right? That's minimum. Then go for that 100 ounces, and if you can get a gallon in, then you're a superstar. So more water, more weight loss. Make sure that you're getting it all in. Make sure that you're eating all of your containers, especially if you're in bracket A. You should be able to fit it all in. So make sure that you're getting them all in, which is all going to be in your planning. Okay? And then the last thing is, if you're eating all your containers and if you're drinking all your water, which means if you're feeling hungry, you're drinking like a water bottle, and if you're still hungry, you're eating more, what do? Increase protein and increase veggies. That's what the videos say. So if you're hungry and you really are drinking all your water and you're getting all your containers in, then make sure that you give yourself extra veggies and extra protein. Okay? And that's everything. So remember, you get better as you go. This mindset with food and learning all of this, it's a muscle. And just like your programs, your workout programs, you're growing this muscle every day. So you will get better at it. You will get better at prep. You will get better at planning. And you will get better at the entire process. But lean into the team, lean into this journey, use your coach, and let's do this. Fuel your body, fuel your life, you guys.